Now, two of the men convicted of the murders of two young women in Birmingham back in 2003 are applying for the identity of a witness whose evidence secured their convictions to be revealed. Charlene Ellis and Letitia Shakespeare were shot dead outside a party in Aston on January the 2nd that year.
Well, the witness was granted anonymity in exchange for their testimony, but Rodrigo Sims and Marcus Ellis say they can't appeal against their convictions without knowing who that witness is. Callum Watkinson reports.
When Charlene Ellis and Letitia Shakespeare were gunned down on the second day of 2003, it led to a loss for Jackie Sims as well. Within 2 years, her son Rodrigo would be jailed for murder, a minimum term of 27 years for a crime his mother says he could not have committed.
In the media, they put it like he was outside on his phone waiting to receive calls from these lads who apparently came there and did the shooting, when the fact of the matter is he was actually inside the dance, inside the party, being bombarded with calls on his phone. He didn't realise who the calls were from.
It is not unusual for the mother of someone convicted of murder to claim her child is innocent. Much less usual was the granting of anonymity to a prosecution witness. It's unlikely they would have testified without it, but Sims and his co-accused Marcus Ellis believe it made their convictions unsafe. Rodrigo Sims and Marcus Ellis have always maintained they were not involved in what happened here 15 years ago, and they say that not knowing the identity of the person who says they were deprived them then of a fair trial and deprives them still of the ability to mount a meaningful appeal. Now lawyers acting for the pair have applied to have that anonymity rescinded. The only way, they say, they can properly challenge the witness's account.
The existence of the anonymity order prevented and prevents the defence from investigating whether he was where he claims he was. Without knowing his true identity, there's no one we can ask, say, on such and such a day, did you see this man, say, at a club in London?
Charlene Ellis's mother today called the news of the application distressing. The men who were convicted of killing Charlene and Letitia, she said, are gang members who possessed an automatic handgun. It would be absolutely wrong for the anonymity of the key witness to be removed. It is also important to remember that the key witness was not the only evidence that convicted these men. But Rodrigo Sims' mother says the accusation he acted as a spotter for the gunman is illogical, given the number of his own friends and family who were at the party. She hopes the hearing of this application next Friday will pave the way for an appeal. Callum Watkinson, ITV News.
Now the ITV Evening News is on after us to look